Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Elizabeth Doroba. 2 men have been arrested in Hazleton for their alleged involvement in a drug trafficking organization. According to police, Miguel Apollinaris and Luis Alicia were arrested after search warrants were executed in the 100 block of West 1st Street in Hazleton and the 300 block of 36th Street in Hazel Township. During the searches, investigators say over 200 grams of fentanyl and over $10,000 in U.S. currency were seized. Detectives also seized 1 gram of cocaine, multiple cell phones, and drug paraphernalia. Investigators say the 2 men had been working to distribute large quantities of bulk fentanyl in and around the Hazleton area. Apollinaris has been charged with 3 felony counts of delivery of a controlled substance and 2 felony counts of conspiracy to deliver a controlled substance, among other charges. Alicia has been charged with 1 felony count of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and 3 felony counts of conspiracy to deliver a controlled substance. The 2 men are currently behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility with denied bail. A woman has been taken into custody following a drug investigation in Hazleton. According to police, Angela Bracero is facing felony drug charges following the execution of a search warrant in the 300 block of West Chapel Street in Hazleton. During the search, investigators say they seized several grams of crack cocaine and drug paraphernalia. Bracero has been charged with 4 felony counts of delivery of a controlled substance and 1 count of criminal use of a communication facility. She is currently behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility, unable to post her $150,000 bail. The Young Men's Polish Association in Hazleton celebrated their 87th annual communion breakfast earlier this month. During the event, PA State Representative Dane Watrow was invited to speak and presented a certificate of recognition to the organization. Watrow said he's a proud member of the group and was honored to be a part of the event.
They do so much, and when I got up to speak, I was very, looking for things to speak about. And the week prior, I went on their social media page and was just looking at the work they do. And, they had a benefit for a child that was struggling for some medical reasons, and they're raising funds and donating funds to the family. The work that they do, I told them all, it was a great crowd as well. Every table was taken, every seat was filled. Their club and what I do is very similar. It's about helping people. So I'm glad to be a member of that YMPA association right now, and hopefully give back in a different capacity than what I'm able to give here as state representative. But it was great. I presented them with an award. They actually gave me a very nice plaque as well for participating in their 87th annual communion breakfast. So yeah, great stuff happening here in the greater Hazleton area.
The Young Men's Polish Association is located at 700 Seibert Street in Hazleton. Coming up on WYLN News, a man faces charges in Hazleton for impersonating a police officer. Plus, the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts invites the public to their production of Cabaret. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health, investing in your well-being and building healthier communities, because more expertise and convenient care mean better outcomes and a healthier you. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
It's me again, LJ. I'm 9 years old, and tomorrow will be rainy. Get your umbrellas out because it's about to get wet.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
And you will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman. Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30.
Welcome back to WYLN News. A man from Sugarloaf is facing charges after police say he impersonated an officer. According to police, during an incident in January, Jose Santos brandished a badge to a female in the area of North Pine Street and told her he was a police officer. During the interaction, police say Santos told the woman he could arrest her for having a no trespassing sign on her property. Investigators say the no trespassing sign in question was specifically directed at Santos following previous incidents with the property owner. Santos turned himself in at the magistrate's office in Hazleton on March 17th. Following his arraignment, Santos was given a $5,000 unsecured bail. The Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts will be presenting their production of Cabaret this weekend. Set in a seedy Berlin nightclub at the end of the 1920s, Cabaret explores the dark and tumultuous life of Berlin's natives as Germany slowly yields to the emerging Third Reich. The show will be performed at the J.J. Ferreira Center in Hazleton, located at 212 West Broad Street, on Friday, March 21st through Sunday, March 30th. The Friday and Saturday night performances will begin at 7 o'clock p.m., and the Sunday matinees will begin at 3 o'clock p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the PTPA box office or at ptpashows.org. The show contains mature themes and material that could be upsetting to some audience members. The production is recommended for audience members 15 and older, and parental discretion is advised. PA State Representative Doyle Heffley and Senator Dave Argall will soon be hosting their 11th annual Outdoor Expo. The free event will take place on Saturday, March 22nd from 11 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. at the Penn Forest Township Volunteer Fire Company, located at 1387 State Route 903 in Jim Thorpe. In a press release, Heffley said the event provides an opportunity for families to learn about the many resources and organizations dedicated to outdoor activities in Carbon County. Over 30 exhibitors will be in attendance at the event. For more information, you can call 610-377-6363. Coming up on Whitehaven's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with St. Clair, Part 3. Plus, we learn some tips for adopting a vegan or vegetarian diet on this week's Wellness Wednesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Cooking rice just isn't nice.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology that surrounds the rice with controlled heat for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
And rice is just the beginning. Make mac and cheese, frittatas, oatmeals, soups and stews, even ramen dishes. And with a ceramic, ultra non-stick interior, cleanup's a breeze.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system with the steamer tray and 1-2-3 recipe guide, all for just $39.99. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. We'll even ship your entire order free. Order now.
1-800-640-8545.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
In the first decade of the 20th century, with coal demand growing, the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad decided to build an expanded rail yard in St. Clair. They purchased a large tract of swampland south of St. Clair in 1903 and began work on building what would become the largest railroad yard in the entire world. When opened for operation in 1913, the yard featured 63 tracks running for over 46 miles in total, with a capacity for over 2,000 railroad cars, and the P&R's largest roundhouse, one that could hold 50 locomotives. The complex also featured an oil house, coal station, and ash pits, and eventually car repair shops were built there as well. At the rail yard's peak, over 1,000 men worked there all the livelong day, keeping the P&R's trains running. The beginning of the end for the yards came in 1931 when the Monoy Plains and Frackville shut down, victims of local breaker consolidations that made them redundant. The decline in coal usage would hit the yards hard over the years, and they closed in the 1960s. Today, the repair shop's remains can be seen inside the St. Clair Industrial Park south of the borough. Moviegoers would also get a place to watch films in St. Clair beginning in 1914 when the Lyric Theater opened its doors for business on North 2nd Street. Its name would be changed to the Ritz Theater in 1936. Though the moviegoing experience across America would change much throughout the 20th century, the Ritz managed to stay in operation until the early 1980s. The theater building has since been demolished. Baseball fever would catch on in St. Clair in the first part of the 20th century. Numerous residents of the town would reach the majors during the years. Jack Titus, who would play 11 years primarily as a Phillies outfielder. Jack Quinn, who would win 247 games for 8 teams and would be one of 17 spitball pitchers allowed to continue using the pitch after the majors otherwise banned it in 1920. Eddie Delker, who played 3 years with the Cardinals and Phillies. And Joe Sox Holden, who parlayed 3 years as a backup catcher for the Phillies into several decades as a major league scout. His son Tim Holden would go on to become a longtime member of the United States House of Representatives for the St. Clair area, and in 2015 would be appointed chairman of the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board. Other St. Clair residents would make their mark in the world in other capacities. One would be Joel Thompson Boone, who was a distant descendant of Daniel Boone. He joined the United States Naval Reserve in 1913 after graduating from Mercersburg Academy and Hahnemann Medical College. He would be commissioned to the active U.S. Navy in 1915 and would be initially assigned to the USS Wyoming once the United States entered World War I. Boone would be awarded the Medal of Honor for risking his life to give medical aid to soldiers in France while under fire on July 19, 1918. After the war, the then Lieutenant Commander Boone was assigned as Director of the Bureau of Naval Affairs. Soon afterwards, though, he would be reassigned to duty at the White House. Boone would serve on the presidential yacht, the USS Mayflower, during Warren Harding's and Calvin Coolidge's administrations, and would be appointed White House physician during Herbert Hoover's and Franklin Roosevelt's tenures. During Hoover's administration, Boone invented a game titled Hoover Ball to help keep the 31st president fit. During World War II, the by then Commodore Boone served as fleet medical officer to Admiral William Halsey. He would earn a Bronze Star, among other decorations, for his service in this conflict. He would briefly serve in Korea as well, making him one of only a few Americans to have fought in both World Wars and Korea. Boone retired in 1950 at the rank of Vice Admiral. In his last years, he was medical director for the Department of Veterans Affairs. He died in 1974 and rests today in Arlington National Cemetery.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Bev's story is great. Many of you who twist and crack your own neck, she developed pain down her arm by damaging her disc. So stop doing that bad habit. Watch the show to see how we corrected her whole future for her.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lisa Marie, and once again, we are at the beautiful Hayden Art Center on Broad Street in Hazleton in the Incubator Kitchen. I am here again with my colleague and new friend, Cassandra Davler, who is a registered dietitian for Sodexo at Lehigh Valley Health Network. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So last time we spoke, we talked about heart-healthy diets and salt and saturated and unsaturated fats. But there's a lot of people out there, and my son included, who may be on a vegetarian diet, a vegan diet, or maybe you're already on one. And we're going to talk a little bit about what a vegan and vegetarian diet, someone on that should be making sure they have in that diet so they're getting everything they need. I know my son was always like, you know, he needed the proteins and everything. So let's talk about that.
Sure. Yeah, so protein is a huge focus for people who are vegan or vegetarian because most of the protein foods are animal foods. But there are still quite a lot of plant-based proteins. And it's important for people following these diets to be strategic and knowledgeable about the different plant-based proteins to make sure that they're getting that macronutrient. So some examples would be nuts and nut butters, seeds, lentils, beans. Soy is a really big one because there's tofu, edamame, soy milk. Plant-based milks are also a really great option. And even peas have some protein in them and some whole grains as well.
So for people who may be thinking about going that way or just really don't understand, could you just briefly explain what a vegetarian diet is and then compare it to what a vegan diet is?
Sure. So they are both plant-based diets, but there are some key differences. So vegetarians typically would refrain from eating animal foods like meat, poultry, and fish, but generally they would still eat products made from live animals, which would be like milk, eggs, honey, dairy foods. Whereas vegans, typically by definition, would not eat animal products or products made from a live animal. So they would not eat dairy foods or honey.
So yeah, that was always difficult for me as a mom, right? Like, how do I make this, right? Especially if like they have an allergy on top of it, you know, he's allergic to milk. It's like, oh no, what else can I do here? So, you know, what else should people on this diet really look to making sure they're getting the most of the nutrition in addition to what you already mentioned?
So people following these diets are at risk for some nutritional deficiencies because there are some vitamins and minerals that are more prevalent in animal foods. And those would be iron, zinc, vitamin B12, B6, calcium, and vitamin D. Those would be the main ones. And as long as you choose the plant-based proteins, a lot of those foods already have those vitamins and minerals in them. But there are some miscellaneous sources from other food groups that you can incorporate. So for example, iron, dried fruit, potato skins, spinach, and even dark chocolate can be great sources of iron. And it's also important to remember that iron is not absorbed as easily from the plant sources. So it's important to drink some orange juice. Fortified orange juice would be even better. And to try not to have as much like calcium, like milk-based products or coffee or tea when you're eating those iron foods to maximize absorption. Zinc is kind of already in a lot of those foods that I mentioned, like the nuts, beans, whole grains. For B6, that can be found in avocados, bananas, potatoes, a lot of different foods. The B12, interestingly, there's something called nutritional yeast. It's kind of like a savory flavor that you can add to soups, you could add to pasta dishes, and that has B12 in addition to seaweed. So that's an interesting option. There's also calcium in like almonds, sesame seeds, and figs. And then vitamin D can be found in certain mushrooms and also fortified beverages. And it is important to make sure that you're getting in those fortified foods like cereals, fortified plant-based milks, to make sure that you're getting some of those additional nutrients. And also taking a multivitamin with minerals every day, just to kind of cover any of those nutritional deficiencies that you may have.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was a question I was going to ask. Like, you know, vitamins should not be in replacement of eating those things with them in there. Awesome. Well, thank you for all this wonderful information, and thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.